When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings. You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. Down here we have a little kitty cat. Yes, Khalees, how are you doing? So, we are here in our media room / filming location. This is our little studio. We bring in the lights and we do a little bit of extra filming. So, I thought today would be a fun day since we ended up not doing so well last week. I got sick, so as an apology, I thought I would do a little bit of a more in-depth tour of some of the items and bric-a-brac that you can see throughout this collection. Now, the final shelf that you can see back there is reserved for a lot of extra DVD sets, things like that, some bigger ones, and I'll talk a little bit on it. But if anyone wants to see me do a video in the future where I talk about some of the special box sets I have over there, let me know in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get started. So as we see here, and this is in my last tour video, so you should take that one, take a look at it. You can see all the board games and storage here, some of my comics from when I was a comic collector, extra DVDs, copies, things like that. And, of course, several pieces of wires and filming equipment knickknacks. So when we actually try and film, I do store a lot of it in here and bring it out every Monday when we actually do our filming. So, just in general, nice little under the stairs storage. So, our under the stairs is just a little cabinet right here. But we also have one of my 2 Mystery Science Theater little mini posters, and this came when I was a member of the fan club, and I got this, and I got another one during my time there. I even have a piece of Deep 13 when they broke it down, hidden somewhere, I think in the attic. Now, this is one of my 2 posters of the Ghost of Camp Blood. I really enjoyed this one. It's one of my favorites of the entire series, but not my favorite. It is signed by David Sterling somewhere on here. And then, of course, we'll move on to one of my bigger posters, my old 80s style X-Men poster. I really love this. This is probably my favorite incarnation of the X-Men, though it helped me get into comics. It's what I originally collected comics. This was the group that I enjoyed. And then, of course, in the background, the X-Factor, which was the original X-Men team. So, over here we have our mini popcorn maker, which is nice, just a little air popcorn maker that is designed to look like an old school movie popcorn maker. And of course I process some of my used or new DVDs and stuff that come in on this counter. And of course various odds and ends. So over here we have my Skip Beat signed poster that is one of 2 that came with my Kickstarter. Kotobuki Jake and I did an unboxing of this earlier on. You can check that out. Of course, this is signed by all of the voice cast, and next to it is a nice little Japanese hanging thing. So, hiding underneath and guarding my movie poster is the, I believe it's the creature of from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And in here is a nice little poster that me and my wife are going to utilize as a project for our other channel, That Nerd Couple. So, going over here, we have another one of my little pictures from Mystery Science Theater, but this one is signed. I believe the actors did actually sign as their characters, but I'm not 100% sure. If anybody does know, feel free to let me know in the comments. That would be kind of cool. This was something that I got a long time ago. I really wasn't thinking about it back then, so it's hard to say. So as we would go down the stairs and enter in, we have two things that greet me and greet any guest initially, which is my Sunset Boulevard poster, which just, to me, that embodies old-fashioned cinema. Not just the movie subject itself, but just the fact that the movie is such a wonderful thing. And of course, a calendar of back home. I believe that's Gathright Dam, actually. And just a little taste of where I grew up. Speaking of that, we have a toy dragon. I had this since I was really young. And somehow I was wandering around and stumbled upon it. It was buried, but had been unearthed when they were doing some construction on the house. So I cleaned it up and now it's a part of my media room. So my little clay sculpture of Haposai is down here with a Chinese, I believe it says love on there, that was done for me by a friend of mine in college. But this man here, I did this clay sculpture myself. It's not as good as it should be, but I was in 9th grade at the time, so that's not too bad, I guess. I don't do art much anymore. There are a few of those throughout the room, but not a lot. Of course, as you can see here, I've got my Right Stuff April Fool's Right Stuff anime, which was $50 because it came with a gift card for the amount that you paid. And it was just kind of fun. I really enjoyed having it. I didn't tell the people what it was because this was all for charity, so I wanted to wait until they stopped selling it before I let any of the surprise out of the bag. So I have one of two snitches here. These came from my office where I do some therapy work, and I enjoy having them. They originally came from my mother, who was a vice principal at a school and was very obsessed with Harry Potter, so I have a couple of holdovers from there. As you might notice, I have my Food Wars Season 1 and 2 box sets here, kind of being bookends, and I'm hoping to eventually have Season 3, 4, 5, whatnot on this shelf as well. Now, which means these two snitches will eventually disappear, but right now they're here because we're having HVAC work at our office, so we can't keep much there. So over here we have two minifigures from Kroger, and of course a Lucy keychain in the background, and our big, nice resin figure of EB from Evil Bong. I enjoy the Evil Bong series. I've had a love-hate relationship with it for a long time. Now I'm just enjoying it. So over here is our Black Panther poster. My wife loves Black Panther. I really enjoyed the movie Black Panther. And just in general, we want to represent, so we bring it over here. So we have my old Puppet Master collection over here, which was a $5 Walmart thing. Very nice to have it, but I've got a better one, and you'll see a little bit of that later. Oh, and if you want to see an in-depth of my Food Wars box sets over there, simply go to That Nerd Couple. We have an unboxing on that channel. So over here is my Halloween complete collection from Scream Factory. Love this. A friend of mine who we have on our channel periodically helped me locate one for a decent price. These go for a ton of money. I got this for under $100. Really glad. I really love this set. It's the best of the sets that were released to me. Well, one of the best. So, in general, I'm hoping that I get to just keep this and enjoy it. So as you can see, I have these shelves. These were the original shelves I used to have. I have a couple of them still left. And they're okay for certain manga, but for DVDs, some of the box sets just won't fit. I'm hoping to eventually get all of these, but they're costly, so that's another $100 I'm going to have to spend down the road. But over here you can see I've got When They Cry, Yakitate Japan, and a Finnish Donald Duck comic that I got from a friend when I was in college. Now over here, again, Mystery Science Theater lover I am, of course I'm going to get the Tom Servo and Crow Pops. And our Topsy is sitting right there from another series I really love, Incognita Cinema Warriors. If you don't know them, check out Agony Wolf or Robot Co-op online. These are great guys. And of course, my Full Moon Unlucky Charms box set. I really did enjoy the cereal box thing, so I got one myself. I do have the movie separately, so I don't have to open it up because there's no way you can get at the movie without ruining the box. So as you can see here, I've got a nice Star vs. the Forces of Evil poster. I love Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It's one of my favorite animated TV series. I'm really sad that it's going to end, but I'm also kind of aggravated that they're waiting until 2019 to run the last season. But next to it I have a couple of nice little pops. My Deadpool is Bob Ross and my David S. Pumpkins. I don't collect a lot of pops, but if they're cultural icons that me or my wife particularly like and they have a pop of them, I do catch them. If this series ever comes out with pops, I will have them all. So this one here is my other Ghost of Camp Blood poster. This is the not so safe for TV poster, also signed, as you can see at the top, by David Sterling. Down here we have my Empire box set, which is also signed. You will have seen that on one of my videos in the channel. We talked about it when I got it on one of the pickup videos. Great box set. Love what I've seen of it so far. I need to get back to it. So as you can see, I have a Queen poster. You can see me in the background there. But this one, I used to love Queen. It's an old poster. I've had this on my wall in college. And as you can see, I still have it kind of stripped. This is the same frame I've had it in for all those years. It has been all those years. And in general, still love the band. Still one of my favorite bands, in my opinion, the best band of all time. You may disagree. Now, for those of you who like Puppet Master, you need to check out our other channel, which is That Nerd Couple, which is me and my wife doing certain things, and she reviews and does an unboxing of this Puppet Master Blu-ray set. It is beautiful, it is well made, and it is signed by the man himself. Underneath, you can see some of my pickups that you will be seeing in the pickups later on. I have plenty that get processed. They go through those shelves, and then they go to the pickup videos, and then they go to all of these shelves. So behind that is a Final Fantasy VII poster. The sun's kind of messing with us here, so let me get out of the sunlight here. There we go. Now, Final Fantasy VII was the RPG that got me into PlayStation. I bought a PlayStation solely for this game. Love the series, loved RPGs, don't have time for them now, but still, wonderful poster. Over here is our Gravity Falls poster. Behind the sofa is my Final Fantasy IX poster. This one deposed it. I love Gravity Falls. Final Fantasy IX was a good thing, but it's just more of a wall filler poster. So, just glad to have it. But next to that is my House Shark. Again, signed by all the cast. I enjoyed the movie somewhat. You can see that on Movies Galore, where myself and David Struggy actually talk about the movie. And I might do a future one once I look through the DVD now that I have the Blu-ray of it. So, of course, we have my game shelf. And next to it, Dead Man's Hand poster, and a hand-drawn portrait done by somebody that I can't talk about, but it was an awesome-looking drawing. I had to keep it, so. Over here, we've got some more pops. We've got our Sherlock pops, and my Zatoichi collection with my Criterion sets, and 007, and Luigi, and one of two Godzillas, a plushie Godzilla guarding my NIS collections. There will be a couple new additions to that shelf. You'll see those on the pickups. But You'll have to just stay tuned to find out. Now here you have a wig that came with the Hare Puasku set. Again, out of print. Don't know what to do with it, so I have it over here. My Fallout Special Edition and my Undertale Special Edition. But as I said before, my mother was a Harry Potter collector. The actual filmmakers sent this Dobby to them, but because it actually scared school children, she had to get rid of it. I ended up inheriting it, and this Dobby is obviously a free elf because look at all the clothes he has. So above our mantelpiece here, we have Chloe, who's sitting atop, as all cats seem to do, my Masters of Horror Season 1, and I also have Season 2 here, which you'll see in a minute. Over here, through the Bonkai from Bleach, which I got at a con, to Season 2. My DVDs in Season 2 are badly scratched. I don't really like how they made both of those. They made them to scratch the movies, but I have them in alternative form. My Darker Shadows Complete Collection, and my Voltron Steelbooks. This is all the Lion series. I do have the other part of it, and I do have Go Lion, which is the original of the Lion sets. I just thought they looked really good on the mantle here. So, I have my Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is up above my Lord of the Rings. Unfortunately, it never came out in physical form for the PS3. That came with a code, which does not work. It is sad because they do not have the rights to it anymore, so the code is dead. Over here, we've got Dumbledore, again another figurine that came from my mother. That is a nice figure. And some art that I drew. Very weird art. A friend of mine in the background, a former friend anyway, with 3 of my former cats. That one kind of looks like food. So we have here a Freddy Claw, which came with a horror box. And a friend of ours actually gave us that, and that's kind of cool. We also have a Saw mask that's somewhere in the house. Over here is our Mary and the Witch's Flower souvenir ticket. Me and Kotobuki Jake went to see this because my wife isn't all that into anime, so we had to go see this in theaters, and we both got one of these souvenir tickets. I mounted mine because it's just really cool. So I have QB sitting here with the piggy bank. Don't take any wishes from QB. Can't be trusted. Don't trust those eyes. See those eyes? Those are the eyes of a killer. Cold, hard killer. So we have our Stranger Things VHS style Season 1. I love the boxing of it. I still need to finish Season 1 of Stranger Things and look at Season 2, but I do plan on collecting that series. Our Hanging Judge, which I got from One-Eyed Jack's, a great little gaming store out in our area. And I saw him, he was presiding over everything, so I eventually had to make it my own. And behind is a nice Alice Cooper collection, and a mini painting done by my cousin, who is an artist of some note. I need to get more of his artwork, but it might be out of my price range these days. So on my collectibles shelf, if you want to see more, again, of these bigger DVD collections, let me know. Maybe I'll do some extra on it. But we have my horror ones up here for the Pops. We got Pinhead. That was for my wife. And then Hannibal for me because I'm in the mental health field, so, psychiatrist. And, of course, Sharknado for me. I love Sharknado. Love campy stuff. And her Walking Dead ones. I've also got Robin the Witch Hunter up there. Beautiful set. I'll have to show you all one day. Some little Beanie Babies. And, of course, Deadpool, Agent Carter, Black Panther, Carl, Kevin, and one of the Game of Thrones. We have a Minion and Luna over here. And Excalibur. As you can see, other than these little ones here, I've got L, another clay sculpture I made, and Nekazawa from Cromartie High. And below it, I have Alf and a ferret. to the side, we have one of my favorite films, Analyze This. Love the film. Hilarious. De Niro and Billy Crystal had good chemistry. I don't know what the heck happened in the sequel. But just because I want people to feel like they're getting a movie experience, like a theater experience when they come in, I like this. Let's go on to the lobby, but don't eat sloppily in my movie area. Of course, one of the greatest RPG series of all time. This actually came from the strategy guide of the original series. So this is an old poster, but a very good poster. So, second of the skip beat ones. Sorry about the light reflecting. But underneath skip beat is my now showing. Right now there's nothing showing, so there's nothing there, but I'll put a DVD or whatever it is I'm looking at the time, and just in general have fun with it. So you'll get to see my little entertainment center here. It is a 4K TV, though I do not have a 4K player, with a little sound bar. Helps me with my hearing to be able to hear it. It converts it so that the sound in the background is softer than the voices. Who'd have thought? I know some people. So anybody in this group actually say that having the sound in the background louder than the voices is the way to go? If so, please leave it in the comments. I'd be interested in finding out. So over here we have a prop from the movie Clay. I think it was used to kill somebody, but we'll see how it goes. I need to see Clay, and I've seen a couple by this particular person, so I really wanted to grab it when I had a chance. Over here we have our therapy dragon. He used to be a martial arts dragon, but in general, his general purpose is to draw on negative emotion. So it's not a ton of negativity in this place, and I'm hoping to bring him back to work once I'm able to draw on all that negativity and just eat it. Of course, another thing that's probably going back to work with me, I mean, you can just see this at work. It's actual half a cup of coffee. So he said, you asked for half a cup of coffee? Well, here you go, half a cup of coffee. I cannibalized that off of this house, actually, when I got it. And down below is another little clay sculpture of mine. It is a monument to all leftovers, I guess. I don't know what was going through my mind in high school. So over here is my favorite comic book character, Havoc. He's been my favorite since the 80s. So I had to have a figure. He's missing a lot, but in general, it's just cool to see. I've got him hanging out with my little therapy turtle. He used to have a fountain attached to him, but the fountain got destroyed. He was all that was left. Poor little turtle. And up above it is a Bulgarian artifact of some sort. And the little string things, they do mean something, but I cannot remember what. I think it's good luck or happiness or some sort. Something good. Okay, what we have here is a little extra from Shadow of War, a little bottle opener. I got it for free. They said, hey, you got a lot of these. Would you like one? I said, heck yeah, give that to me. Over to the side is my other Godzilla, the original one I've had. We used it in filming when me and my friend were doing some shows back in high school. Of course, I don't know how I managed to keep him, but I do, and he still has a proud place in the collection, apparently guarding my VHSs. So here's a part where few people actually see in the collection, which is my coffee cup and shot glass collection. This Alice in Wonderland thing, all of the saucers broke, but I got it when they did the release party. We got some Senior Frogs and various cups and mugs. I got my Anime America ones, love Anime America, Evil Bong, some Beatles. We've got here lots of little shot glasses. No judging. Several mugs. Of course, we have on this side the B, which stands for Brandon, and the K, which stands for Ken. And below, we got more shot glasses, some beer glasses, and just in general, some hospital mugs, some really cool mini things. That one up there in the corner, the little teacup there, that supposedly has a date of it from the 1800s, so it's kind of cool. Down below, some cruise souvenirs, some little mini copper kettles, and of course some Christmas ones that will be brought out later in the year. Alright, well that does it for this time's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more, let me know. Any comments, of course, we would love. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe. But we will see you.
Goodbye.